Welcome back to another continuation of Trains of the 810, where I bring my hometown trains to you. And in today's episode, I will be going over the neat trains I caught across my hometown subdivisions over the month of October. Despite me not being able to get all of what this month had to offer, it was still a pretty good one. It was an absolute hit for cool things on the CN Flint subdivision, and even Lake State Railway had some nice things to offer on top of that. But with that said, let's start off here at Imlay City on October 4th, where I would meet up with a few friends and where a handful of cool things would be going through the CN Flint sub this day. The first train we would catch would be CN Q122 with a nice duo of Dash 9s for power, with the lead unit being lettered for the Illinois Central.
Alright, there's our defect checker audio file.
That sounds concerning.
Oh yeah. And soon after that cleared, we would then catch CN M396, the highlight train of the day, which that had a C44-9WL and two fresh NBSR Jeeps trailing on it. Check it out. And after some time of waiting, I would then catch CN A492 flying on through, then call it a day soon after.
492, current time here is 4:08 p.m.
What's the other one?
Fast forward to October 19th at Saginaw, Michigan, I would then see LSRC Y119 working Saginaw Yard after I missed it going north, with both of the fresh special units that LSRC has paired up on the train. 1776, their bicentennial unit to celebrate 250 years of the USA's freedom, and 6437, the Spirit of the Pure Marquette Heritage Unit trailing.
Y119 working the yard in the rain. How wonderful.
And yeah, you can definitely tell my luck has not been the best towards the beginning of this month. Unforeseen circumstances always preventing me from seeing things I should have easily seen. But thankfully, that would turn around on October 21st, where the first official run of CN U601 would be running this day, a scrap metal train originating out of Pontiac, Michigan, bound for the BNSF down south, would come up the Holly and Flint subdivisions with the fresh SD75 IACC leading, number 8345, with a variety of BNSF power trailing, including an X-War bonnet unit, caught here at Holly, Michigan. Then once it cleared Holly, I would then chase U601 to
Camcorder shots
Bancroft,
could have been
Michigan to get
better.
a few more photos, but when I arrived to the
let's
spot,
see if I
I
can
would see
chase it.
601 stopped at CP Vernon, waiting for A492 to clear the single track switch at CP Bancroft, which the lead unit of 492 would also sport a nice sounding narrow font K3L horn. Check it out. So those were some pretty cool operations to see, but before I went to work, I then saw Huron and Eastern 702 working Durand Yard with a rather funky crossing malfunction going on at the Main Street crossing, as you can see.
Well, that's a first. Why is the gate up? God, H&E is nice. Alright, now they're pulling back up.
Alright, now fast forward to October 25th on a dark night in Lapeer, Michigan. I would then catch CN M301 on the Flint sub with a duo of 100th anniversary units, the lead unit having an awesome sounding K5HLA horn.
Alright, N301 going into the West Lapeer sighting, or East Lapeer, one of the two. And yeah, just going in there, went for Amtrak. Nice case of 5HLA, wanted the duo.
And once M301 cleared, on came Amtrak Blue Water 364. But on this night, something was up. As you can see, Amtrak had to stop just west of the station due to a locked up axle on the rear locomotive, and after having a mechanic come look at it and saying that it's quote-unquote just fine to continue, it then would continue east after about 30 or 40 minutes of sitting. Listen as the locked up rear locomotive axle continues to drag along the rails as the train departs. Now that was quite interesting to say the least. Now fast forward to October 26, where I would be out to Crossroads Village with my family. I then catch the Huckleberry Railroad's Ghosts and Goodies train rolling through the village crossing with 152 on point.
Yep.
The very next day on my way to work, I get word of a northbound CSX grain train rolling on the Lake State Railway tracks with a duo of YN2 AC-44s for power, and I figured that this would be my perfect opportunity of going back to Grand Blanc, Michigan to get a train rolling through the now defunct twin-mast searchlight signals at the north end of CP Grand Blanc siding one last time, where LSRC had recently installed new signals at, as you can see, which also implies that these old signals will come down at any day now. Check out as this old powered grainer rolls through these old signals on a colorful fall day. that was pretty awesome to see. Now fast forward to Halloween night for the epilogue of this episode. I would meet up with some friends this night to Railfanned in Durand, Michigan, but before I got there, I got word of a northbound LSRC Y112 running to Flint with a power set from a Z127 that ran earlier this day or beforehand. And once I traced it down, I see it stopped at CP South Kearsley, initially thinking that it was waiting for 2 CN trains to go through the diamond first before it could continue north, but that was not exactly the case. So, as you can see, due to theft of the code line materials across the LSRC Saginaw sub, Y112 had to proceed through 2 red signals with permission from the dispatcher, since the signals at both North and South Kearsley weren't working right. And what makes this even crazier is, there were actually 2 CN trains already lying through the diamonds, despite Y112 having to continue through said diamonds. But hey, whatever gets stuff done on LSRC, I guess.
There's still 2 CN trains lying across. And he's not lined through North Kearsley yet. Alright, blew his horn twice again. Just twice though, so he's intending to go forward. Otherwise, if he was going backwards, it would have been 3 short blasts. Alright, I guess he's going for it. Yeah. This dude ain't about to go through a red signal at North Kearsley. Yeah, he just went through a red signal at North Kearsley. I guess the LSRC dispatch got tired of waiting and just sent him through because, well, these other 2 CN trains are kind of far apart. Well, 1 CN, 1 Amtrak. Wow. Potential crossing malfunction. So according to some in the server, code line theft prevented the signals here from working properly. So yeah, he wasn't supposed to blow through red, he was supposed to blow through a restricting, but yeah.
So after witnessing that funky stuff on LSRC over in Flint, I then finally arrive at Durand with my friends, and the first train we see for this night here was M397. And after that, we would then get not one, but two more westbounds following 397, those being CN U713, then L501 shortly after.
You ran in front of my shot, my guy. Bro. And we got a green down there for eastbound.
So hours after those two trains passed, we would then catch CN Z148 with a nice duo of Dash 9s for power. Surprising to see that considering that Z148 is the highest priority eastbound train on the Flint sub.
Got an eastbound coming.
So yeah, that was quite fun. But to end off this episode, here's a bonus catch from November 1st, where I was out and about in Mount Morris, Michigan. I would then see a southbound LSRC Y119 absolutely flying into the Mount Morris siding with 6437, the Spirit of the Pure Marquette Heritage Unit on point. Man, talk about unexpected luck. Thanks for watching, and as always, if y'all enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below on what you want to see on this channel next. But for now, wherever I may go next, I hope to see y'all trackside. Over and out.